Welcome back to Cities Skylines as played by SleeplessRonin. Last time we left off and I was working in this area, detailing a few backyards. I continued my work and began adding to these backyards down here. Then when that was done, I began building this small section up here, which is mostly low residential, with a little bit of commercial and a little bit of extra decorations. That's when I noticed a problem arising. I was having a lot of commercial areas demanding we don't have enough goods. So, I decided I needed to move my focus to a new area and add some industrial. I'm going to begin by building an ore industry area in this area section right here. Below it, in Loch Kirk Point, I'm going to be building some European-style residential. Right now, everything's laid out by trains and rail yards. If I have to lay on a road, I have to go along these mountains right here, which I don't think is a good idea. It's a lot of extra work. Aside from the ore area up here I'm going to be building, and the residential commercial area down here, I'm also planning on adding a park here at the point. I think it'll be quite a nice little park, maybe some fishing, some camping, other stuff like that, to really beautify the area. I've already begun laying down the train tracks and train stations in this area, building up some embankments, and generally just planning for the future. The industrial station right here has a line that goes through the underpass, or through the station that says throughput station, and continues on. There's no stop for it there, so it should not interfere too heavily with any of the passenger tracks coming from this station right here. The passenger rail station comes all the way down through these fields and oil areas, through past the side of the lake, down over the road, and eventually ends at this triple platform station. And eventually it's going to have a rail line dedicated so it can actually make the transit from the northern point to that more middle central area. Using the Find It mod, we're going to begin constructing some commercial buildings in this section next to the rail station. We're going to be doing everything in the European style, so I've been looking at different buildings in this area, and I'm going to start plopping them down. This, of course, is using the mod Plop the Growables. Next, we're going to be laying out the roads that make up the main arteries of the next section. I always like to plan ahead and start by laying out my roads in a pattern I think is going to look aesthetically pleasing. Not everything I lay down initially works. Sometimes it's a trial and error to get things done. And of course, there's simple things like that. If you never need a road to line up straight and it's giving you a little bit of a glitch curve, just extend the other road. You can come back in and delete it. I'm going to bifurcate this large rectangular region with a small, simple road, just because I think it'll look nicer in the long run. Okay, so some of the original road laydowns didn't really sit well with me, because the terrain wasn't flat beneath them. They'd give me all kinds of commands to do bridges and stuff like that, and I just really didn't want to, so I decided to delete those roads and flatten the land. And delete more roads and flatten more land. Because sometimes it's just better to prepare the area beforehand, which I did not do. So I'm preparing the area, a little bit after the fact. And now just to repair the roads, I start by opening a roads and selecting my network picker tool, and I use that to discover the kind of road I used beforehand. Even though there are trees showing through this road, I'll come back later on and use my tool to delete them. For now, I'm going to begin constructing on the houses in this area. Using my European buildings, I'm going to just run through this and rapidly lay down a bunch of buildings. After thinking about it for a little bit, decided I'm going to lay down some civilian zonable pathways. I don't know what expansion these came in, but I really do like them. They add a lot to the game. Oh, gods, that's horrible. No, no, that does not stay. Delete. Let's try that again. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I think I want to get a park in this area. I'm looking for a nice park that's going to be about 4 wide and pretty long. So I got to go through a whole bunch of my park selection down here. I have downloaded a whole lot of park assets. And there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Boom. Perfect park. That looks really, really nice. I do think I'm going to need quite a bit of parking in this area. So let's put a couple down right here. And then we'll take and put a couple up here as well. Definitely need some up here. This is near the train station. Definitely need some parking up there. Sometimes when I'm building, I'll come up with a better idea than one I had before, and so, like any good builder, you have to go back and delete some of the things you've laid down beforehand. And in this case, those parking lots I put down, I think I want to do something else instead, and so I have to delete them. And this is what I was thinking of as a better idea. I was thinking about putting down another one of these civilian paths, or zonable paths, because it'll allow me to make it look even more European, because they have some of those really small roads. And so by doing this, it also lets me get the bend in the houses that I really wanted to. I was having trouble getting a good end curve, and by putting it down and using my Move It mod, I was able to relocate things to where they looked better. And still have that nice little... Look at how good that is! That's so nice looking. That little gap to the houses looks so nice. Okay, well, we've got 3 sections built in, so let's just take a little aerial view over top of them and see what they look like. Zooming out, and that actually looks pretty nice. It looks good. Looks good. Okay, while we're here, let's do a little bit of detailing. First, we'll start with some paths. I'm going to take this path all the way through the building, because the building got that little door in it, so if people walk through it, it'll look kind of cool. Now that we've got our path down, let's add in some hedgerows. One hedgerow. That. 2 hedgerows. Time for the Move It mod. Something looks off. Oh yeah, we're blocking a door. We don't want to do that. Let's back this thing up. Up. There we go. And the other side too. Let's get that even. And there we go. That looks good. Continuing the detailing, let's add in some plants back here. Start with a few bushes. Like so. Doot, doot. Now we want to find some trees. Something that's a bit larger to take up more space. No, hang on. Some clusters. Oh, those are nice. I don't know who made this asset, but it's a very nice asset. That's a good sized tree. I like that one. These are good trees as well. They're nice to take up space. They're dark green. They look pretty good in here. Yeah, I like that. Let's add a couple more trees over here. And then let's put in this path. This path may actually not be used by our citizens, but we're going to put it in because it looks like a path that people would use, like real life people would use. Because it's coming from their, their parking space at the back of their house or whatever. Which, don't ask me how they park there. And then they could take it to walk to someplace else. And it's a nice little garden right there to walk through. So, some good paths make it look more realistic. Well, I think that wraps up this episode of Sleepless Ronin Plays Cities Skylines. We got a good start on the European section. Hopefully in the next episode I'll get to either the industrial part, or maybe I'll be working on the point down here. So, either which way, we'll see where we go from here. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. I could really use the support. And thank you much. See you next time.